I'm with Hendrik from Orchestral Tools here at NAMM, and he's just going to give us a walkthrough of Metropolis Arc and any other thing that he feels like. He's just going to go for it, show us his favorite patches, just having fun with it. Let's get the show on the road.
Yeah, what we have new is Metropolis Arc 1, which is a whole new orchestral library specifically designed for loud music, for epic music, for trailer composers. So what we have is we have very specific sections for this kind of music. For example, we have a low string section out of 12 basses which we placed in a circle within the Taldeck stage, and in the middle, in the center, we had those 8 celli. So we have less celli than basses, which is great to get all the definition from the celli and the big sound from the basses. It sounds pretty massive. I can show you. Let's load in the spiccatos. So it's a pretty huge sound, and we have also legato on these, which is also pretty cool. We also did a very specific setup for the brass. So we have a big 9-horn ensemble, which is great for huge melodies. And they go very, very low.
Wow. I don't think there's any other horn library on the market that goes that low.
Yeah, we really tried to push them to get a really huge range out of them. And we also decided to have a smaller 3-horn section, which is great for playing chords, because if you use those 9-horn section, you have the problem that you have this kind of instrument build-up going on, and then you'll hear too much horns going on. So those are the 3-horn section for the chords.
Sounds fantastic. It's absolutely
Thanks
amazing.
so much.
You're welcome.
So we've also recorded some quieter dynamic layers on it. Of course, the marketing goes into the direction that we say, okay, we have recorded everything mezzo forte upwards, but it's if you hear that, it is a very soft and mellow tone to it. There's also a very specific ensemble out of 3 bass trombones instead of using 2 tenor trombones playing together with 1 bass trombone. So that's not a very typical orchestrational thing in symphonic orchestras. And it sounds like this. Those are the marcados. We have also a section out of 3 cembassos playing together, which is also a very specific tone, and it is great to blend them with the trombones together. Those are cembassos. And we recorded 3 tubas in an ensemble. And we have a choir inside Metropolis, which is, we have a legato on it, on the woman choir. And there are also marcados with syllables, so you get the impression they are singing something, but those are just, there's no sense behind those syllables. But it works.
I'm personally a really big fan that you were able to just not let us worry about, like the users, worry about what syllables to use and just goes for them. I know some people may want to be able to choose them specifically, but me personally, I don't like having to set up, you know, each marcato in a library, for example. I just like being able to just go and play it. So this is really, really handy for me.
So anyway, you can control it by just going into settings, and you can use the round robin controls to change the things.
Oh, so you can actually, using that, control what syllables you want.
Yeah.
Or if you want like specific one, you can get rid of the other round robins.
At the moment you can just disable specific round robins, that means specific syllables.
Cool.
But we think about doing that as a smarter programming right now. So for us, the choir was also kind of test balloon for upcoming libraries. We never did choir so far.
Well, if
so
that is, oh, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if that is your test balloon for choir library, I'm really looking forward to your legit choir library.
Thanks so much, yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we had a smaller section singing on the choir, and we chose several singers from the Berlin Opera choir to get this massive sound, to get this kind of typical vibrato. So, and also the staccatos, we really tried to get them as short as possible. During the recording session for the singers, it was very unnatural to do, but I would say it sounds pretty good on the end result. So they're pretty short and very playable, and to use it in your phrasings and your orchestrations. We've also a man choir in it. The marcados with the syllables sound like this. Oh, that was the woman choir, but that's the man choir.
Wow, that's very, 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 very nice.
And what is also very new is those epic percussion we did in Metropolis. Those are the taiko ensembles we did on the stage. No, those are the choirs. No, that's the... So those are also recorded on the stage with several microphone settings you can use. And we did kind of epic percussion hits, and they are very massive. And it is pretty interesting because that's the only thing in the whole library we really processed a little bit, and we layered different percussion ensembles over each other, and that's how it sounds. We have also flames on them.
Wow, that is... I was gonna say epic, and I was like, but that's so... But it's epic. It says right there, epic. It's very aptly named.
So it goes really into a very specific direction. And it is really not the typical kind of symphony orchestra. Also for the woodwinds we did a bassoon ensembles out of 4 bassoons, but also a contrabassoon ensemble, which is also very uncommon out of 4 contrabassoons. And so everything is designed to go in a very specific sound we had in mind, to go in a very specific usage also afterwards. And it has everything on board. It has a choir, an orchestra, there are electric guitars recorded on the stage. We have a grand piano, which is also very great. I can show you this. It is made for action things, so very percussive. So especially the low end notes are pretty cool, and we did a very specific microphone setup for them as well to get the sound.
So out of Metropolis or any of your other libraries, what would you say if this may be a loaded question, but what are your favorite patches to just play around with, and just what inspires you when you're composing? Because I would assume you use your own libraries. It's okay if you don't. We won't judge you. But,
I have one thing which I think is a kind of hidden trick, and I really like this kind of things. We have in Berlin Strings, with the new capsule update, we have single articulations and multi-articulations. And if you load in the, let's say, the cello longs, the cool thing on capsule is probably that you can apply the true legato intervals to any of the articulations inside the multi-articulation patch. So you can do trills with legato, with its very own character to it. But you can also load in a tremolo and a portato, for example, which is pretty cool because it already has this kind of dynamic built into the samples. So now think about using this articulation together with legato, which is perfectly for quarter notes.
wow.
So that's a kind of trick you can do. You can also play true legato with the trills or whatever. And yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you. That was amazing.